What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Get booked, how to score gigs for your band in 2025 by Terrence Fisher. So what's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be reacting to Get Booked, How to Score Gigs for Your Band in 2025 by Terrence Fisher. As per usual, if you've not already subscribed to Terrence Fisher, please go and subscribe now. Fantastic creator, a lot of great tips on becoming a full-time musician, a working class musician. And also, I've included the link for the original video in the description. Please go there, click on that, and give that video a like as well. Now, with no further ado, let's get to it.
How on earth do bands book gigs in a saturated music industry like we have now? And especially when it seems like all of the same bands keep getting all of the work. Well, in this video, I'm revealing to you a simple 3-step process that's going to keep your band working consistently, no matter whether you're just starting or you've been gigging for a while. So, getting your band booked for gigs can be really tricky. And you've probably already tried a few things like ask around and all of that, but nothing has really proven to be the thing that gets you gigs consistently. And it used to be that way for me too, until I stumbled up on this system I'm about to reveal to you, and it's called the Booked Solid Blueprint. And it's a system that I still use to this day to get gigs consistently for my band.
As per usual, with a proper reaction video, I have not watched this video before doing said reaction video, keeping it to be an actual reaction video. To give you a little bit of background on myself and why I think I should even be reacting to a video such as this, I am a former full-time musician. Now, when I say I'm a former full-time musician, I've never toured or played with any big names. I was a working class musician. I did bars, clubs, venues like that, private functions, the odd wedding gigs, some corporate gigs. I did a lot of different types of gigs, full band gigs, acoustic gigs, duo gigs, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm no stranger on how to go about booking gigs. Now, I'm guessing the 3-step process is going to be something along the lines of, 1, first, get yourself some sort of promo. I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do. Some sort of promo. Videos you can throw up on YouTube, even if it's not actually at a gig, you jamming in your jam space, some band photos, and some sort of set list. That's the bare minimum promo. And then, send it out to club owners. Maybe go out and shake their hands and say, here, hit the website, here, hit our whatever page, that has such and such on there. And then 3rd step, I don't know, some sort of follow-up, I'm believing. I'm just guessing. I'm foreshadowing. Because like I say, I do have a lot of experience in this. And again, I've never done any big name stuff. Working class musician, doing mainly cover material, stuff that people wanted to hear and dance to. It's basically about get the ladies on the dance floor, keep the people coming in, keep the booze flowing, typical working class thing. So I think he's going to go for something along the lines of that here.
Now, let me warn you up front, the system is going to seem really simple, but that's exactly why it works. See, because it's not all about what you do, it's how you do it. So the first thing you're going to do is semi-professionally or professionally record 3 to 4 songs with your band. And when I say record, I mean video and audio. And this is really important because you're going to need some really high quality video of your band and what it can do for this to work. And this is really easy to do. It doesn't take a whole lot. You can set this up on a day that you have a rehearsal with your band. And if you don't know how to record audio professionally, like, you know, with a laptop and an audio interface or something like that, just get somebody locally who has that capability that can do it. Everybody has a laptop and an interface these days and can record. Now, again, you're going to record at least 3 or 4 songs, and you can either record cover songs or some of your original songs. Just make sure whatever the songs you record accurately represent the type of band you are. So for example, if you're a rock band and that's what you're promoting about yourself, make sure you record some rock songs. Or if you're a pop style band or whatever type of band, make sure you record those type songs. I always recommend out of that 3 to 4 songs, at least doing 1 or 2 cover songs, because that's what people identify with mostly. Now,
and I would say most of the time in cases like this, I would even say don't put any original material in there at all. If you're doing this for working class gigs, you're a working class musician. The owners, the management are not booking you based on your originals. That's a whole different scene. That's a whole different circuit, and something that I've spoken about on one of my vlog channels, on one of my vlogs before, not one of my vlog channels, one of my vlogs before, which I believe I was on Let's Chat. That's something completely different. For this, I would say keep it 100% covers. He's absolutely right. You know, even, you know, for video, you can just set up, you know, your smartphone. It doesn't need to be the greatest quality, decent quality. The main thing is the audio quality. And you should be able to get somebody that knows enough to use a recording interface and to record some decent quality audio. Again, it doesn't need to be you're pressing this to be out on FM commercial radio stations or for release. This is to get good enough quality, to get a good enough representation of what your act is about so that you can have that to give to club owners. You're going to need to give them something or show them something, especially if it's a brand new act and you don't have a name for yourself for that particular act. Even if you do have a name for yourself as a musician, if you're getting together new bands quite often, I find even though you have a rapport with the club owner, oh yeah, you got a new band together now? I got to hear you. I got to hear you. Part of the reason that I ended up going solo and not doing the band thing for that'll be a whole nother video. But yeah, he's absolutely spot on with all this so forth. Like I thought you was going to be, you know, just basically make sure you have promo.
Now, the video part of it is even easier because you can do this with your phone. Just make sure you have good lighting and your band can be clearly seen. And it's 2 ways you can do this. You can either record the video at the same time you're recording the audio and then just sync it together later, or you can record the audio first and then get that all dressed up and then come back and perform to that audio as in like a lip sync thing while you're recording the video. And in either of those cases, you're just going to sync the video with the audio once you have everything done. And I'll leave a link in the description below to a video I've done like that with my band so you can see how it looks. Now, keep in mind, you don't need to do some sort of elaborate music video with this. A simple shot of your band, you know, from the front or from an angle will do just fine. In fact, the more simple it is, probably the more authentic it will seem to people when they watch it.
Yeah, you don't have to prep it like it's going to be on MTV or Much Music. Oh, I think I may have dated myself, as if the gray in the beard didn't do that. For any of the younger people out there, MTV and Much Music. Well, MTV America, that was the station that played music videos before the internet and all that did music videos, and Much Music is the Canadian version of that. Yeah, you don't have to, like you said, make a banger quality of a video. What does your band look like when they're performing? What do they sound like when they're performing? What are you going to look and sound like when you are performing at my venue? Accurately, decent enough quality that you can hear everything, a decent enough mix. You don't want to polish it and mix it too completely out of line. You don't want to go there and time the line and auto-tune and all that stuff. That's a whole nother discussion. You want an accurate depiction of what your band's going to sound like and nice and decently clear production. That's all that you need. You don't need to make it absolutely fantastic quality. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
The only tip that I'll give about the video when you record it is just look interesting in the video. Don't just stand there stiff, really look like you're enjoying what you're playing. And when you're finished with this recording process, what you're gonna do is take the full videos and upload them to YouTube. And if you really want to get more fancy about it, you can take the full videos and break them up into smaller clips and upload them to platforms like TikTok and Instagram. But the full videos, upload those to YouTube. Now you've got your high quality videos uploaded to YouTube, but that in and of itself is not what's going to get you to gigs. It's what you're going to do with those videos. And that's the next step in this Book Solid blueprint. So the next step is you're going to send some extremely valuable emails to some people with these video links in the emails. So here's how it works. You're going to create a set of 2 emails. One is going to be an email that you're going to send out to your friends and family and coworkers. And the second email is actually a set or series of 3 emails that includes 1 initial email and then 2 follow-up emails. And you're going to use these to send out to venues and bar owners and club owners, event coordinators, and people who book bands. And guess what? You're not going to have to go through the trouble of creating these emails at all, because I'm giving you for free the exact scripts to these emails that I've used to book hundreds of gigs at this point, and that I've taught some of my students to use to book gigs as well.
He is spot on. That is exactly what I used to do. I haven't seen his templates, but I'm pretty sure he's a very intelligent, very experienced individual. I'm pretty sure I know what the gist of his emails are going to be without even seeing it, and they're probably pretty good. I did something pretty much almost spot on. I'd have my initial email with the links of everything. Here's what I do, a little description of what I do, and then the show. As of lately, it was me as a solo performer, not as a band. And then, I would send out the initial emails, and I would have a couple of follow-up emails, just copy and paste kind of emails. Stuff that works. Get to the point. Don't bomb them with too much information. Hey, here's who I am. Here's what I do. Here's where you can see an example of the above. And here's how you contact me. Pretty straightforward. And then, follow up, hey, hope you had enough time, yada, yada. Take a look, I'm sure you're busy, yada, yada. Have you had a chance, blah, blah, blah. And then another one. And then, yeah, exactly spot on. Like he said, it's actually really kind of simple. It is. It's just logical and simple.
And again, they're completely free. You can find the link to them in the description of this video. But let me show you how these emails work. So these emails are specifically for you to get your band's name and identity out in a formal way. It's your way of officially saying, hey, we're a band, we're up for hire, and we're ready to work. And it's going to give some legitimacy to your band. And this is something you're absolutely going to need moving forward, especially if you want to book some really high paying gigs. And again, these emails aren't just for the people who are looking to book and hire you. They're for your family and friends and coworkers as well. I know it sounds super simple, but I can't even begin to tell you the importance of this. Plus, it's probably going to be your family and friends that's going to vouch for you and support you and help you get gigs.
He's right. It is extremely simple. But again, take it from somebody who's been gigging for decades. He's spot on, and it works. This is the way. This is the way. Can I get nailed for copyright for that? I don't know. It's Disney. You never know. Uh-oh, did I say the wrong things? Oops. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Almost every single band I've taught this method to has gotten at least one gig from their family and friends or their coworkers. But the biggest thing about these emails is that you're going to include those video links that you recorded in the first step in these emails.
That's the
And
biggest
the
part.
templates that you're going to download from below show you exactly where to place these links in the email, so you don't have to worry about that either.
That's
Now,
the
you sent
biggest
the
part.
emails, and that's a great thing to do, but it's not sending the emails that's going to get you the results you want. It's when you couple that with this next step I'm about to show you that's going to keep your phone ringing off the hooks for gigs. So the next thing you're going to do is go to a lot of local venues. Now, I know you may have already tried this and gone to some venues and tried to get booked and all of that. But remember what I said earlier? It's not about what you do, it's how you do it. And how you're going to do this step is going to work seamlessly for you. So, for the next 2 to 3 weeks, have you and or your band go to some of the local venues that have live music there. And it's even better if it's some of the venues that you already emailed, but it doesn't have to be. And the first thing you're going to do when you get there is you're going to sit down and have a drink. Now, I don't necessarily mean alcohol, just whatever your favorite beverage of choice is. But try to sit as close to the stage where the band is playing as you possibly can. If you can't, it's no biggie. It's just going to make this next thing I'm about to tell you a little bit easier. But you're going to sit there for a minute and enjoy the music, and you're going to wait for the band to go on break. And when they go on break and come off the stage, you're going to go introduce yourself to them. And there's something really specific that you're going to say when you introduce yourself. And this is because you don't want to come off as overbearing to them, and you want to respect their break time. So you don't want to be taking up their time on break. So this is what you're going to specifically say. And I've included this in the email templates that you're going to download, so you don't have to worry about remembering this either. But this works like a charm. So you're going to say this. Hey man, y'all sound incredible, and I really love what y'all are doing up there tonight. My name is Terrence, and I have a band too, and we play pop music. And I just wanted to come over and introduce myself, man, and say I'm really digging y'all sound, man. Hope you have a really great rest of your set. And that's...
Now, I myself have never done that for the purpose of booking a gig. But what he's saying is something that you should do regardless of booking a gig to other musicians. We all know, all of us working class musicians know, the other musicians that come into the bar or the venue to watch you, they sit up front like this. The old judgmental eye, just being standoffish and weird. And there is a lot of musicians that are rather weird to each other and egotistical and standoffish in the local music scene. I have never understood that. And I've traveled around and lived in quite a few different places. I've lived and gigged in, Windsor, Detroit area, Baltimore, Maryland area, Phoenix, Arizona area, Vancouver area. And no matter where you go, it's the same. There's a lot of musicians that are very cool, but there's always quite a few that are very standoffish, very egotistical. It's almost like they think if they give any support towards any other musicians, that's less of the support and love and gigs and so on and so forth for them. They think there's only so much to go around. So don't you dare support or show any love to any of the other musicians because they're your competition. There's enough for all of us. You're not going to play at every single venue every weekend. So there has to be other bands and all that. It's a circuit. It's a rotation. Relax. Let's be cool to each other. So I never did this like that for the reason like Terrence might be going about in order to get a gig. But that's something that I think should be done regardless. And myself, I'm going to be honest, I would never do this. I would never that often actually go out to the venue. Myself, I would just keep doing email and phone call follow-ups. And that seemed to work for me. But, obviously, Terrence has something different else going on here in his mind. So let's see what else he's got going on with this.
That's it. And the genius of this is that it puts the focus on them and their performance while making it natural for you to just introduce yourself. And it leaves room for them to ask for more information, like where do you play? or even ask for your contact, which they almost always do. But at the very least, now they know who you are. And what this whole thing is going to do is keep you from feeling overlooked and uncertain when it comes to booking gigs. This process is a tangible pathway to consistently booking gigs for your band and increasing your band's presence in the music scene. Now, you've got the booked solid blueprint down, but you may still be asking yourself, is this really going to work? Do I need to go through all of this work just to get gigs? Well, you won't be able to fully own this journey until you understand why it's worth it. So watch this video next to find out if pursuing a music career is even for you or if you should pivot. I think the answer may surprise you.
If you're an artist and you feel like you're not getting the streams you deserve on your songs and that Spotify's team is ignoring them and they're...
All right. I apparently have autoplay still turned on over here. So that was reacting to Get Booked, How to Score Gigs for Your Band in 2025 by Terrence Fisher. As always, if you have not already, please go and give Terrence Fisher a sub. I've included the link for the original video in the description down in below. Please go there and click on that and give the original video a like, a nice thumbs up. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.